when Josh Dobbs came in at the end and wouldn't look at anybody but Jawan Jennings to throw to.
I know. And then I liked how he was feisty in the
He was scrappy in the beginning.
Yeah, they were real scrappy. Then I was like, no, we like it hard. You know what I mean? We love it hard. Wait, what?
What?
Homo?
Whoa, no homo. Whoops.
Oh, hey, we're live. Look at that. We're live. Hopefully no one heard that. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy New Year's Eve. This is the Sports Morning Espresso Shot. I'm your host, Will from Game On. He's Cricket from sportsfixlocals.com. We're here to bring you the latest and greatest going on in the sports world, the last stream of 2024. So what are we going to do? Well, we'll recap everything that happened yesterday. Preview. We got college football playoff starts tonight, so we'll preview some of that. But we're going to look back. We're going to take a few minutes and look back at some of our favorite sports moments from 2024 because, man, there was a lot. There was a lot of good stuff. I had a hard time really narrowing down my favorites. I went from the angle of not just sports moments, like cool things that happened, but like things that impacted the show that, was pretty big with the show and, had an influence on it. But some other good news too is, man, we started the year off with like somewhere around 1,500 followers on Rumble. We are 13 away from 7,000. How cool would that be, huh? How cool. The only reason I remember that too is because it was on New Year's Day that Robert joined us for the first time. Talked college football last year.
Indeed he did, man. Indeed he did.
Yeah, and so we were talking the playoff games and all that stuff, and I remember telling him at that point, that we had like 1,500 followers and whatnot. So here we are. Almost over quadrupled the followers. Shout out to the followers, man.
Yeah, shout out to chat, the followers, Rumble for taking such good care of us, man. It's been a fun little ride. We're gonna keep rolling in 2025, though. We got some big things ahead, man.
Yes, we do. There you go, chat. Yes, we do. We do have some big things planned. I will. I'm actually going to put out either today or tomorrow. I'm going to try to get one out today. I think I'll be able to. I just wanted to put out a little thing over on Locals. Here's my goals and here's my plans of what you can expect from the show and from the Locals community for the upcoming year and whatnot. So I will put that out there. But let's say hello to our friends over in the chat. This morning, Patriots here. What up? He says, how many followers do we need? We need 13. 13 to hit 7,000. So everyone, you know what to do. Hit the like button for one, so Rumble knows you guys are enjoying this. And then there's that little share thing. You can hit that little share thing. Share the stream out there to over the tweeters, the Facebooks, the wherever. Truth Social, Getter, I don't know, Pornhub, wherever, We don't just
Yep, absolutely, man. Wherever it takes, whatever it takes.
Mont's in the house. What up, Mont? And Blue's here. Good morning, Blue. How we doing? Where would you like to start, Crick?
Ooh, I did take a pretty gross. It was a pretty good day yesterday betting, okay? But I did take a pretty gross beat for one bet. Probably the worst beat of the day. I went with Colorado last night playing Iowa State, okay? Colorado at home, college basketball we're talking about. But I took Colorado +5 in the first half at home last night. They got beat. They played Iowa State in the Maui Invitational, and they got beat by like 28. Just got beat like by a drum. And so playing at home last night, I was thinking they're going to be a little inspired. They're going to come out in front of the home crowd. This is a conference game now. The first one didn't count as a conference game. So this is a conference game. They're going to come out fired up, ready to go. Man, they were down by 3 with like 2 seconds left in the first half. And they throw it inbound to an Iowa State guy, and he hits a damn 3 for them to be up by 6 at the half and cover against my 5, I guess. Yeah, man. That was all right. I'm not even bitching this morning because it was a pretty good day. I cashed my damn Jameson Williams 2+ TDs in the first half, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah. A little +1,200 there. So made me feel a little better about the Aloma Day Zacchaeus getting screwed out of that the night before. So
yeah. I was I thought I was going to get screwed, even though he ended up having like 3 passing touchdowns. Last night I needed Brock Purdy to have over 1.5 passing touchdowns. That first one to Ricky Purcell, where they like said it wasn't a touchdown. I thought that they were going to leave him on the 1 inch line.
I really thought he should have been left on the 1 inch line on that one.
I
Or the one, really the 1 yard line. If you see the ball when he catches it, if you see the ball continues to move till he's pushed back. I mean, it doesn't matter. The only reason I'm pissed about it is because I didn't have him for a touchdown score. So I'm like, leave it on the
Well,
one.
I was sitting there and I was like, okay, like you said, it could have went either way. And had it gone the other way and they didn't count it as a passing touchdown, what are they going to do? They're going to tush push, or they're going to hand the ball off.
Garindo or something.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's going to take away one of my passing touchdowns, and I'm gonna get screwed because of that.
Yeah, at least that didn't happen, man. It did work out because I wound up, I laddered the lines out. I wound up taking a -3.5, 5.5, 6.5, and then I had an F unit on 9.5. And we were covering all of them until right at the end, but I thought I was going to get screwed if Jake Moody didn't suck so bad. He missed that extra point at the end to still win by 6. Let the Lions still win by 6. So the 5.5 at least came through, but the other ones got screwed.
My favorite thing. So this is what I talk about. Like when you get an idea of a same game parlay, you should go all out on it. And my idea was, and this was looking good to start the game, I just didn't think, which I don't think I was in the minority here, that the Lions were going to really try the whole game. I thought maybe a quarter, maybe a half, but I think what really screwed my thing, my same game parlay up was San Francisco scoring on the first possession of the game. Dude, because I think that set the tone. And that's the third time that they've done it this season. They've only scored on the first possession of the game 3 times this season.
This was the first game of the NFL season where the first 5 possessions were touchdowns.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like, because I feel like if San Francisco doesn't score there, this is how I saw the game going. What happened last year with the Lions? Correct. What happened last year with the Lions when they played the Niners? They were able to run the ball down their throats.
Yeah.
And the 49ers defense is even more banged up now. And the only thing that isn't banged up for the Lions going into this game was that offensive line in the running game. Yeah, granted, they didn't have Montgomery, so maybe that played a role in it. But I was like, I like them because if you're trying not to get your guys hurt too, the easiest thing to do you can do is just run the football, dude.
I was with I didn't think they were going to shut him down. Dan Campbell, dude, I'm telling you, that guy's just built different. His brain's wired different. He's really ready to go out there every single week and lay it on the line with his guys. Hell, he went for it on 4th down. Do you think he went for it on 4th down 28% of the time this year?
Yeah.
That's insane, bro. Yeah. When you really think about that in the NFL, going for it on 4th down 28% of the time. Go ahead.
What up, Derp? He came over to the dark side. What up, Derp? He's over here hanging out on the YouTube side now. Sorry, I did see your stuff over here. I just forgot to freaking click it after I clicked live. My bad.
What's up, Andrew?
Welcome over here. And good morning, Andrew. Yes. But here's the thing. So I thought what we were going to see was the under in this game because it was at 50.5. But I thought if they were going to run the ball, I thought,
shorten the clock up,
longer drives and whatnot. Even if, the Niners scored, I thought the Niners weren't going to have big explosive plays either. And, the first part, this same game parlay here, the first half, it was alive. It was looking good. I had my favorite thing in this was Jahmyr Gibbs. And his over under was 80, 84.5, I think is where it started. No. Yeah.
Who are we talking about?
Jahmyr Gibbs rushing over under.
It was around that. Yeah, it was 83.5, 84.5, something like that.
Yeah. Well, let's just say it was 84. I took him 84. I took him 94. I took him 104. I took him 114. I just laddered it. And here in the same game parlay, his rush yards in his first 5 attempts over 22.5. He had 45. I was like, yeah, dude, they're gonna run this ball, and he's gonna in that last touchdown sealed the deal. So I feel like even though this didn't hit, what my main point on this is you got to envision how you think the game is going to go or what you think is likely and build off that and build it to the extremes, but nothing too crazy. But it's like on this, I could have, instead of doing this, I could have laddered, I could have deviled out his rush yards, right? Stuff like that to really, because if you're right, which here I wasn't right, but had I been right and everything lined up perfectly, like how I thought the game was going to go, but I only did, just the basic stuff, Well, you got to go for that long shot of like, if you really feel like you're going to be right, well, then yes, Gibbs is going to easily go over 100 yards rushing, right? Like, because that's the whole handicap of the thing. And so you got to ladder out so you can get the most payout possible,
I agree, dude. I love the ladders. I really dove into the ladders a lot more the last few weeks. We had a ladder on the college game yesterday, man. You look at the over in that Iowa, Missouri. I went over 40.5, 41.5, up to 44.5. And the highest they let you take it was 50.5. So I put the half unit on that. 27-24 is 51. That's more than 50.5. And you win all of it.
I have a problem with that game, and we'll talk about that here in 1 second. But I wanted to, I guess I do need to say this since we did just talk about it real quick. But the Lions beat the 49ers 40-34. Brock Purdy, 27-35, 377 and 3 TDs. Ricky Purcell, 8 catches, 141 and a tutty. Gibbs 18 carries, 117 yards and a tutty. Grass Guy says he had Gibbs at 69.5. That was easy. You cashed that in almost the first half.
In the NFL, so stupid.
It is.
Just like 3 weeks ago, man, we had a game between the 49ers and the Rams where they didn't score a damn touchdown in this same stadium. I know the weather was a lot worse and stuff like that, but then they come out last night and score all the damn touchdowns with guys banged up, with most of their cats banged up.
And you get a touchdown, and you get a touchdown.
They even gave one to the fullback, man. We don't even have fullbacks anymore.
What's a fullback?
Right?
You know what's sad is, and I should have thought about this too. I didn't realize it, but it is like it's this. What?
Grass Guy called Patriot a money line whore. Patriot says guilty.
You know what's crazy is MK is gonna get one now too. Let's go. The mRNA COVID vax is back in our food, man. We gotta watch out.
You better watch out. Patriot's gonna get your ass.
What was I gonna say? That might have been Juszczyk's last home game as a 49. Apparently, he's probably not on the team next year, I guess.
I mean, it ain't gonna be long before he's not in the league. His position's outdated.
I know. It sucks.
I'm just saying they don't need him anymore.
There you go, MKNM 9980. You get a gifted Memby.
Free Membies to robots.
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone. See you, bye. There he is, Patriot. Patriot don't play, man. Quit school because they got recess.
So some people were asking. Well, I want to get your opinion on this. So last night, that's shout out to Patriot for sharing the stream. Thank you. We need to share that stream so we can get 13 more followers here on Rumble, so we can get to 7,000 before the end of the day, the end of the year. Okay, so last night, Brock Purdy came out of the game because he injured his elbow, his surgically repaired elbow. That
was it his elbow?
That's what they said. He couldn't throw the football again.
I seen they he looked pretty distraught over there, man. But it looked, when they were first looking at it, they were looking at his wrist, thumb area maybe or something. But that's what I was thinking. I was like, that's probably got to be something to do with that elbow with him, because he literally grabbed two, tossed them lightly,
and he kept replaying the hit to see where he might have hurt himself, and they're like, man, he must have just done something weird to his elbow or something, because it doesn't look like they're like, it's not his legs, it's not this, it's not that. I mean, it's hard to tell sometimes in the NFL, because it could just be the like guy landing like a shoulder on something that we can't really tell. That
dude. Yeah, because it looked like, I said, you seen the trainer over there, whoever it was, looking at his, it looked like he was looking down his wrist and his hand, stuff like that, but maybe he was just trying to feel on the grip, see if his hand was numb and all that stuff. But Brock Purdy looked kind of distraught in that moment, That was it. His career high passing last night, 377 yards.
A little too late, buddy.
Little too late. He threw a couple really, both those interceptions were awful. And the thing is that dude, old Kirby Joseph, who leads the league with picks, got his 8th and 9th pick last night. Hell, he should have had another one. He had another one that was overturned because Brian Branch laid Kittle out when they were throwing the ball to him and got a pass interference call. And the very next play, Brock Purdy tried to throw it and sailed it over and landed it right in Kirby Joseph's hands. It was crazy, dude. Those were a couple bad.
He's going to undergo an MRI today, but on that surgically repaired elbow. But said his arm didn't feel great, describing it as on fire, as he was unable to throw on the sideline. UCL test, however, came back fine. Kyle Shanahan said it might just be a nerve issue, but tomorrow we'll tell the full story. Either way, don't
he
sound
probably just
good.
gets scared, dude. He probably got gunshot. He remembered that from a couple of years ago, and he was like, "Oh, this feels kind of similar." He's just immediately thinking the worst.
Well, here's what I was going to say. It's expected that he's going to get a big contract from the 49ers. Can the 49ers win a Super Bowl with Brock Purdy? Yeah, sure, they could. But I think the thing that they're missing, and I think it's going to be a mistake if they pay him. I really do. I'm not saying he's not deserving of it. I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback, but this is what the 49er team is missing. They're missing a guy. I think it's too easy to look at last night and say, wow, look, he threw 377 and he did all this stuff. But we've seen a Kyle Shanahan offense before. And especially if you give him extra time to prepare, I feel like it doesn't matter if you have all your guys healthy, as long as he knows these are the players I'm going to have, and this is the scheme I'm going to need against this team that I'm going to play. I feel like you can plug and play a lot of guys in that offense. What have we seen over the years, though, the Kyle Shanahan offense? It's when people start dropping like flies in the middle of the game or shit hits the fan, they don't have anyone that just steps up and takes over a game. Like you would have Christian McCaffrey that could bail you out, right? Like guys like that. I mean, Debo could do some things here and there. But if one guy goes down, then you don't have. And what I'm getting at is you need at the most important position to win a Super Bowl, you need that guy to step up. You need that Mahomes to step up and just take over. You know, that Lamar Jackson steps up and says, here, let me do this. The Joe Burrow, look at Joe Burrow and Josh Allen this year for their teams. Their teams wouldn't even be competitive this year.
Look at Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels, yes, single-handedly kept those fourth down drives, like those third and fourth downs in that game. He was the reason why they were able to. Everything was falling apart, and he was able to. Brock Purdy's not that guy. I'm sorry. He's not that. We've seen it. There's enough tape on it. He's not going to take over. Can he, if everything's going smooth, execute a game plan? Absolutely. Look at last night. Absolutely. So I don't know if you pay him. I think if you really want to win a Super Bowl, I think you got to at least consider looking for something else.
You know what I think is stupid is that every quarterback that's like due for a new contract, like we've got this thing where we automatically bump the pay. Like this guy got paid. Okay, everybody wants to compare it to Dak's contract, which they shouldn't have gave him all that money either. But they want to compare to the Dak $60 million. I don't think just because you're the next guy up in line, you should automatically have a higher contract. Like some of those guys that got contracts before you are better than you. And I understand he should be paid better than guys like Trevor Lawrence and things like that, but he doesn't necessarily have to receive the max amount of money, I don't think.
Trevor Lawrence shouldn't have received the max either.
Kind of foolish.
You know?
What's that?
Trevor Lawrence shouldn't have received the max. Like he shouldn't have been.
I agree. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You look at guys like that, and I'm like, you were giving this money away, man. You don't have to pay that guy the max. I don't think you should have to. And if you didn't want, I'd be like, look, that's fine. You can walk, go on somewhere, but you're not going to get the max anywhere. And we're trying
even
to
if a guy like who we both like isn't Baker, even if he was due for a contract this next year, even with the success he's had, he shouldn't be paid the max on that Bucs team. No,
there's very few guys in the league, a handful maybe, that should really receive that max that it should. If it's their time up, maybe they should flip back up to the front of the list or whatever. But it shouldn't go to every quarterback in the damn league. Jordan Love getting all that different money when you ain't really done nothing yet, stuff like that. I'm like, look, I know you're kind of paying me for the future, but I don't believe every player that's due up for an extension should be getting a raise.
But it's because these owners, they get in these teams, we've seen it's so important to have a guy. And if they think they have a guy, they're going to go and make sure they get that guy, because if they don't pay them, someone else will. And I don't blame the players for wanting to get as much money as possible. But there's going to become a point where you see guys like Baker, you see guys like Sam Darnold in this next year. What do you want? Do you want that $55 million a year? That sounds nice. That sounds great. But hey, you know what also you're going to be okay with is $40 million, right?
That's what I'm saying. There's
like $40 million, but you're going to give your team more flexibility and a chance. And, if you're really, I'm guaranteeing if you end up doing a team-friendly deal like that, they're more likely to guarantee that money. You know what I mean? At the lower number.
Dude. Well, that's the thing. You might get all this money. They say they're going to get $60 million a year. Some of it may be incentivized and all this. The way these contracts are structured, there's a lot of weird things that says who's so-and-so is the highest paid and all this stuff. It may not necessarily be true based off the actual money that's going to go into their bank account.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I think you wind up taking a little bit lower overall number. You're going to wind up allowing your team to build around you and give you some key pieces that are able to protect you and give you more to work with. I mean, that's exactly what Tom Brady did for 20 damn years. And he got 7 rings out of it.
I was saying it worked out pretty good.
Yeah.
Hell, he didn't even take the max when he went, right? He didn't take the max when he went to Tampa.
I don't believe so, man. I don't know that I've ever.
I mean, he got paid handsomely, but I mean,
yeah, I mean, Tom's got his money, but I don't feel like we've ever heard about. Was Tom ever at any point the highest paid player? I mean, I felt like whoever is the highest paid player lasts that way for.
No, I don't think he was, but hell, and everyone's like, well, he had that supermodel wife, that whore supermodel backstabbing, cheating wife of his.
That doesn't matter. People always want to say, like, you don't have to pay that man his money because his wife makes all this money.
I know. I was like, that's a
orange
thing. And they're like, oh, look at all this Uggs and Jaguar or whatever freaking contracts, endorsements he got and stuff too. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's cool. Giselle makes $50 million. Tom also.
Look at his
jewelry. Doesn't mean Tom wants to play for peanuts.
Yeah, look at it. Yeah, no kidding. You're still playing the NFL, getting just ripped apart.
Oh, you're walking into your house. You just want to, you're the man of the house, and your wife's making 50 sticks, and you're making 1 million. No, that ain't feel good.
That would not feel good, even if you are
an
NFL
fine
player.
With it, but
yeah, I'd be like, whatever. That's cool. You're the breadwinner. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. Let's go on vacation. Okay. Pissant wants us to really get off the NFL. I just thought that was an interesting thing with the Brock Purdy, because I feel like people are going to look at that and say, you have to pay him. I think it's just too easy to say, look, he's 377, ran one and threw 3 touchdowns. I go, but you got to really sit down and ask yourself, is this a guy that's going to take you there?
Here's my thing, dude. They kept panning over to John Lynch last night every time they would screw up, because John Lynch, ultimate competitor and all that stuff. But every time Brock Purdy screwed up, made a mistake last night, John Lynch just had this look on his face like, I don't feel like this is my guy.
I know.
That's totally
interception when he stood up and was like, "You."
That's what I'm saying. That's totally my opinion based off what I saw in his face in the moment and stuff like that. But what I've seen on John Lynch's face and his reactions, it felt like he's like, this is not my guy.
Yeah. Shout out to Patriot. He went 4-1 in the contest. How did I do? Not as good, because I took some dogs. And once again, the favorites. I got a bunch of stats for you on the favorites. Last thing I wanted to say here real quick about this game was Dan Campbell, after the end of the game, he said he admitted he considered resting his starters after the Vikings won yesterday, but ultimately decided to play the guys who prepared all week. He called it a tough decision, but added, "We love it hard." Now, Cricket, you've learned, what do you got to say after that?
No homo. 100%. That's a no homo.
You know what? Everyone kept saying that they were playing for nothing last night, but they were actually playing for something. Because listen to this, Crick. If the Lions lose that game last night, they'll be 1 game back behind Minnesota. So it was like, not a big deal. All they have to do is beat Minnesota. They have the same record, and they have the tiebreakers. But here's what everyone forgot about. Now it's an outside chance, a long shot of this. But had they lost last night and next week's game ties, Vikings win the division.
Oh, see?
So there was something. I mean, it's a long shot.
That. People always forget that the tie is also part of the equation.
Yeah, because Minnesota would have been still 1 game up on them.
Yep. They do happen, man. They do happen. Yep. So, what up, Sporting? How you doing, man? What up, Buku? Good morning.
Yeah, I wanted to run through real quick before we get to that college football stuff real quick. I love seeing some of these. Josh Dobbs last night is the real MVP. He helped turn $50 into $4K. This guy bet each team will score 1 rushing and 1 passing TD in each half at 80-1.
And Josh Dobbs.
Dobbs came through.
That's right. That's our astronaut, baby. Vol for life.
Yeah.
I was having flashbacks, man. Every time he threw to Jawan Jennings last night, man, I just kept waiting to see the Hail Mary like against Georgia.
Dude, if you are a public bettor, and I feel like an idiot for just not rolling with this even more. And what I mean by public bettor, a casual and recreational bettor, the guys like Trent who just love betting overs on everything, right? Really just taking all the favorites, money line parlaying them and whatnot. NFL favorites this week went 15-1 straight up, 13-3 ATS. And Patriot just crushing it. He sees the trends. He sees money on the floor. He says they're a favorite for a reason. So they've just been crushing it. I got some more stats on that. But the NFC North is the first division in NFL history to have 2 teams with 14+ wins.
Bro, there's going to be a 5 seed with 14 wins.
See, everyone wants to bitch and complain about that and say, we need to change the whole system up and whatnot. Listen, if you're a 14-win team, you should have no problem going on the road and beating the 4 seed. All right.
That's true too.
If you're that good, you should be like.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But I think a lot of people are trying to say, at this point, because this is my thing with the divisions in the NFL. Like, you're all playing cross division, cross conference, and all that stuff. I know not everybody has all the common opponents. It's still NFL, and you all play. I just think we should have these things ranked 1 through 4, man. Kind of like I get
the
the
same
divisions and all that,
division,
especially when you got a division like NFC South that's so bad.
But let's say the NFC North played the NFC South. Like, they do have, each team has 2 divisions that each team in that division plays that team. So to make it fair, the only difference in scheduling is if you finished as the division winner, you're playing other division winners from the previous year. If you were 4th or last in the division, you get to play the last place of other divisions. So that's how they kind of balance it out parity wise. Doesn't always work out.
Because it benefits my Bucks. Because the NFC South's always terrible. So whenever we win that disgusting division, we always wind up hosting a playoff game.
I don't know. I think it's fine. I think people just overreact to it. I think the whole division thing's fine. Yes, or we're gonna have some shitty teams that get to host a playoff game. Yeah, but you get rewarded for winning a playoff game. Yeah. And you got to think about it. It's about the money. Like, you should be in the NFL. You should host if you win your division, you should host a playoff.
That's
game.
True too. Yeah, so
it doesn't matter how shitty your division is. It's not your fault that your division is being shitty.
Yeah, still the NFL.
Like last year, the Eagles probably should have came in and beat the Bucs, but they didn't.
If we're being honest, the Bucs beat those damn Lions in Detroit.
Yeah. They're worthy of it. So we'll see.
That's just crazy to me.
If the Lions end up being the 5 seed, you have to go to Tampa.
I don't want that, buddy.
I know you don't. I'm just saying.
I'd much rather see them Vikings come strolling down to town.
Sam Darnold.
I'd much rather see that.
NFL favorites are 35-13 against the spread. That's 73% over the past 3 weeks. The public, dude, the books are just getting their ass beat. Dude, last night, Bet Online, 96% of the money was on Detroit money line if you add up like straight plays and like parlays that needed to cash. Dave over from Bet Online that works there with them listed like 15 bets of like that range from like 5,000 to like 45,000 he goes, the whales came out tonight for like either laying the points or the money line with the Lions. And he goes, we are big Niner fans tonight. Did not happen.
Did not. It looked good early on.
Yep. Let's see. This guy had an 8-leg. He had a $5 8-leg like championship parlay. The last 2 legs of it, he needed
Dodgers Lions.
Yeah, he needed the Dodgers to win the Super Bowl, or not Super Bowl. I mean, that wouldn't help him.
If the Dodgers won the Super Bowl,
that'd be huge. Yes. He needed the Dodgers to win the World Series and then the Lions to win the Super Bowl. He cashed out when the Dodgers were down 2-1 in the NLDS. Now, he cashed out for $3,000. But man, wouldn't you be feeling good if you?
What did it pay to win?
Just $840,000. Or no, 820.
It's not won yet. It's not won yet.
No, but you would be.
They would have offered a lot bigger cash out.
Yeah, you're probably looking at $50,000 cash out.
Shit, you probably maybe looking at more than that. With them playing for the number 1 overall seed.
I mean, I feel like if you, I never get. I mean, I understand you had $5 on it, $3,000. That's a great return. But man, I feel like if you rode this wave that long. I know the Dodgers were down and they were 1 game away from being eliminated, but
bro, I would have cashed that damn thing out so fast.
I don't know. I would have just hedged. I would have just been like, you know what? Fine. The next game, I'm gonna put whatever $1,000 on Padres money line, and if they win, at least I'll still win something from this bet, right? You know,
I'm usually letting them ride. I know $5 and $1 ain't that much different or whatever, but like I'm never putting one of those parlays in and putting as much as $5 on it. I can put $1 on it and win 250,000 or whatever it is and be just fine.
Yeah. Dude,
and if I do that, I'm like, just let it ride, bro. Let it ride. But when they offer that cash out, you don't feel like you lost $1. You feel like you lost 3,000.
Lions went undefeated on the road this year, by the way. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, see, I damn sure don't want them coming to Tampa.
Jahmyr Gibbs, anytime touchdown. By the way, that was the most bet prop yesterday. It was minus 250. Most bet prop in parlays and stuff like that was Gibbs touchdown. Gibbs touchdown sealed the deal. This guy turned $2.18 off of a 10-leg anytime TD parlay.
$2 into what? 18 grand?
Yeah.
Golly, man.
I spent like 20 minutes last night trying to figure out how I wanted to make the thumbnail, and I'm like, I got to put Taylor Swift in there. She was a big part of 2024.
Whatever.
Okay, we're gonna get into college football. Before we get into that, did you see this, Crick? I love the internet. Angel Reese has her own Reese's Puffs. Did you see this?
No.
Watch this.
No, I didn't
love
see
the
this.
internet.
The internet's wonderful. Yes. Undefeated, never lost. That's actual footage.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, what a bum.
Let's see. Micah Parsons thinks Joe Burrow is without a doubt this year's MVP. I mean, my Joe Burrow MVP ticket might have some hope. There's a lot of people talking about it.
I'm sorry, but you look at Joe Burrow's stats and you look at what Joe Burrow's done on a team with banged up guys. T. Higgins ain't been there for a lot of this run. All that. You look what Joe Burrow's done. I think that's the best player in the league.
I think if they make the playoffs, they got to consider. He's got to be in consideration. Now, they need a prayer. I didn't realize that they don't just need the Chiefs to beat the Broncos. They need the Dolphins to lose to the Jets as well.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. I don't know, man. The Jets played so bad last week. They're probably not playing.
But that would be a Dolphins thing to do, though.
That would be such a Dolphins thing to do. Damn, I thought all they had to do was win last week, then win their game this week, and then have the damn Broncos lose. That's where they're going to get screwed up. The Dolphins are going to wind up beating the Jets on the last second field goal or something.
Andrew, I don't know if you've bought a car or even a used car lately. 18 grand doesn't get you much for a used car nowadays.
I started to say, you get you a nice little ride, but you ain't getting nothing brand new. Not even close. Maybe a down payment.
I was gonna say, even the van I bought was $30K.
I was gonna say, maybe a down payment.
Used like this stuff now out there. But yeah, $2, $18K, not bad. Okay. This is what I wanted to get to because this pissed me off yesterday. And I deserve it. And but we had Iowa. It was a good game. Iowa, Missouri. Missouri wins 27-24 over hits without a doubt. I had Iowa money line. Wouldn't have even mattered if I took the 2.5, so I don't feel bad about that. I had Iowa money line and over. This is what pissed me off. It's 4th and 1, right? They get this. If they get this first down, they've got plenty of time to they're almost in field goal range. Offense kind of was a little shaky there in the second half, not doing much. But they were up at half and kind of blew this one. They had a nice kickoff return that got me pumped, and that helped the over. But
I did love that.
Look at this shit. Now I understand that this is crazy. This is madhouse right here, right? If you're gonna QB sneak it, you need a tush push. You don't need your running back all the way back here, right? If I see this, I'm audibling into either a pitch sweep one way or the other because they've got the middle stacked. So first of all, you got to know what to do there. And they clearly don't. Hell, I feel like if you go to this left side, you got two guys. As long as those guys can somewhat block, you just need 1 yard. Actually, you just need to get to this white line. It's less than a yard, right?
Just fall down, man. Yeah, hell, it's a length of the football.
Yeah. This is probably the worst quarterback sneak in the history of football.
I didn't see this. I was driving yesterday.
Mark Sanchez's butt fumble. Okay.
Sullivan's going to try to sneak it himself. No.
What's that guy ever run a QB sneak in his entire life?
Dude, first of all, I mean, like I said, I understand.
What are we doing?
and there's a guy jumping over the pile right there, but you've got to you can't stand up. You have to be leaning forward. You
Yeah,
have to be
bro.
laying on these guys right here and wait for this big boy to push you over the pile. Instead, he gets nervous because he sees this guy like a freaking panther just pouncing on him. And so he
Yeah.
tries to take it to the left, which was very stupid as well. And these guys are like, what are you doing? They're so shocked. They're not even blocking because they're like, what are you doing? And then,
Like, just get out and go, bro.
yeah, if you're on the back of these guys, big boy here is pushing you over because you just have to lay on top of that pile and that ball's getting across the
That
line.
guy should never
Sullivan's
be
gonna
able
try
to
sneak
grab
it
you. You should
himself.
never be
No.
that high.
Hit twice.
And that's how they lost the game. So I was pissed. I was
I
very
didn't
pissed.
care. I did not care at this point. I saw 27-24. I knew that was more than 50 and a half. I could care
Yeah.
less who won the damn thing. I'm just glad I finally won an Iowa total, dude. I was absolutely defeated on them up until that point. I think I was 0-7. Now we're 1-7, baby, and we laddered it, so we got some of the money back.
Atta baby, I'm proud of you. Proud of you. Here's what we got on the menu in college football today. I'll pull up the odds and stuff here in a second. Let me keep let's see. What a bad beat for Iowa winning the whole game. Yep, tell me about it. Until they didn't.
Till they didn't, man.
Until they didn't. I gotta pull up these the pro report real quick. Let's see. So what we got today, we got Alabama, Michigan. What do you think? Oh, this is a 9 a.m. or 2. What do you think about this game?
I got a big play on Alabama. I got a 3-unit play on Alabama at minus 12.5. Bet them the other day when I released Crick's picks. This line's moved all the way out to 16.5 in favor of Alabama. I've actually turned it into a little bit of a ladder here. I took it last night all the way out to 22.5, as high as they would let me take it then. They'll probably just take it a little higher now. They moved the line up. It was at 15 last night. So I ended up betting on the ladder, but something's going on here for this line to fly out like this. Obviously, Michigan probably got some more guys announcing either draft, transfer portal, whatever, just that they're not playing, not healthy. But Alabama, you feel like this is going to be a spot for Alabama where they're pissed off. They want to kind of leave something to remember. You got Michigan coming off the big win over Ohio State. They already won their Super Bowl right there in Alabama, just missing the playoff. I feel like a lot of these dudes are going to be pissed off on a mission today. It should be pretty nice weather. I think it's down in South Florida, Tampa or somewhere where they're playing this damn thing today. So it shouldn't be any kind of weather factor or anything like that. But I feel like Alabama is going to come out trying to make a statement in this thing. Michigan looks like they might have some of their big dogs not going.
Good morning, grass guy. Yeah, I understand that theory and stuff. This line keeps moving and moving and moving. I'm like, you guys are putting a lot of faith in this Alabama team who we've seen, one, struggle offensively at some points, but two, I don't know who's motivated on Alabama. You got guys that are entering the transfer portal and moving around now. I understand Alabama's talent should just crush Michigan, even with some backups in there and stuff like that. And some of Michigan's big dogs sitting out. But I have a hard time trusting Alabama. Now, the one thing you could say is Kalen DeBoer wants to, right the ship and make a statement here and saying, hey, let's go win this game convincingly and show that I haven't lost the locker room and get some momentum heading into next year. So I could see that, right? It would be a good recruiting tool and whatnot. But there's too many people hitting the transfer portal, so much of a mess. I don't know. I'll probably end up just staying away.
Yeah, no, like I said, I got a 3-unit play on Alabama, and I wound up putting a unit on minus 16.5, unit on minus 20.5, and then a half unit on minus 22.5. I think Alabama's going to blow the doors off.
They probably are. If anything, I think the value would be taking a gamble at this point and just putting a little sprinkle on Michigan money line. Just in case.
I mean, if you got all those things,
if you're looking for value,
I probably need to go. I actually probably need to go do that because I got all this stuff tied into Alabama. And I feel like if Michigan keeps it close, they're going to win the damn thing straight up.
Yeah. But the other argument I've heard is Michigan already won their Super Bowl by beating Ohio State. You know what I mean? So it's like they're set. They're good. They're happy. They got to win. That was the game they wanted to win. But not that they don't want to win this one, but we'll see. Louisville, Washington.
I got zero opinion in this one. This is the only game today that I'm actually not playing. I don't really know which way to go. I think if I had a lean, it would be Louisville, but I've seen the line come down from Louisville minus 2.5 down to 1. Total's gone up a half point since last night. It was at 49, going up to 49.5 right there. I just don't have an opinion in this one. I think you're kind of flipping a coin. Washington's been so bad on the road this year, but Louisville's been another peaks and valleys type team. You go down 2 Clemson and win a game at Death Valley, but then you go out to Stanford and lose a game at Stanford to a terrible team. So Louisville just kind of up and down. If I had to lean in that one, it would be Louisville, but it kind of scared me to see the line go down. So I'm not going to touch this one.
I actually like Washington in this game.
Okay.
And there's sharp money, big money on Washington. I just refuse to bet on the Huskies, so screw them.
Don't, man. Take that money line on the floor. I'm betting on Alabama today. I'm betting on Alabama. Take the money.
No.
If you like it, take the money.
Ain't doing it.
I'm betting way against
the coach. Did you see the coach we got?
Who'd you get?
South Dakota State.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that. Yeah.
Yesterday, but it's official. And this guy is high class. He is high class on how he left the program. You know what I mean?
Buddy, if you're running one of those Dakota State programs, you are a high-class guy. You're a business-as-usual type guy. You're a football guy if you're one of those Dakota State coaches.
They won it in 2022 and 2023, not this year, but he was a back-to-back champion.
He was in the semifinals this year. His only 2 losses coming to North Dakota State, who may very well win the whole damn thing. So if you're a Dakota State guy, one of those football coaches, I'm telling you, you didn't do bad getting that guy, I promise.
He's actually kept them hiring him has kept a couple guys from – they were going to enter the transfer portal and they decided to stay.
That's what I'm saying. That dude can get you to the NFL too.
Mm-hmm. South Carolina, Illinois. I've said this when the season ended. South Carolina was playing some of the best football in the country. The stretch that how they ended that season. Can they keep that momentum going? I think so. I don't know. I think South Carolina is a lot better than this Illinois team. I think the SEC overall is a little bit better than the Big Ten. I think from top to bottom they are.
Yeah, from top to bottom. But I mean, as far as the top versus top, we don't know all that yet. I'm on Illinois in this game. I know a lot of y'all. I see a lot of y'all in South Carolina down there. I bet Illinois at +9. The line wound up flying out to like 10.5, but now it's all the way back down this morning to 8.5. Right there. The biggest thing for me in this one was South Carolina's big edge rusher, and I'm drawing a damn blank on his name. He's a stud. Going to maybe be a first rounder in the NFL draft and all that stuff. But that's a dude that really makes this defense go. The pressure he's able to get on the quarterback, flush him out of the pocket, and make him uncomfortable and things like that. That guy really, really is a difference maker on the defensive front. And he's decided he will not be playing today. He's in the NFL draft. And I just think that's going to make that defense. There's still a lot of studs out there too. But I think that's going to take a little bit of step back for that defense with that guy not being on the field. And Altameyer's played well this year, the quarterback for Illinois. I'm rolling with the Illini today. I don't know. Something feels kind of funny in this one. I actually went with them +9. And I put the little half unit on the money line too.
Yeah, I mean, I always think in these bowl games, if you just have to blindly bet, the smart thing to do is just take those points.
Dude, a lot of times
never know.
A lot of times these teams are very even in the bowl game. They match them that way because they want it to be good games. Obviously, they don't always get it right, but you'll notice a lot more. Your dogs are a lot more live in these bowl games than they seem to be all year long.
By the way, shout out to Patriot in the contest. He has 45 overall points right now. He is ahead of
dude.
He is ahead of everyone. Second place is the game on our show entries pick at 43, and then me at 42. Look at that. Freaking stud.
What do I got? Like 26 or something?
39.
Hey, we're almost to 40.
Yeah. You just got to get one right this week.
Have
you seen the lines this week? We might have to do that real quick of you guessing the lines. There's some ridiculous lines this week.
I haven't seen any of them.
Don't look at it. I want to play guess the lines.
Okay, we can do that. There's a lot of college football between now and then, so
I'll worry about that. Hoping, I had a feeling, but there's some lines that you're gonna be like, what?
Guess what? Much like the Buccaneers, I control my own destiny in your buddy's league headed into week 18.
Let's go.
Win and we win it, baby.
Win and we win it.
Actually, all I really got to do now is outscore the guy in second by like 26 points, and I'm a winner anyway. Because even if he wins, I outscore him by 26 points. I got the head or the tiebreaker or whatever. So I'm really playing that guy this week.
Just win it. Just win it. That's
win,
a nice
baby,
payout,
win.
too. That league is a nice payout.
Yep, just win, baby, win.
Yeah, well, good job. Baylor, LSU. I don't know, man. Sharp money, big money, all on Baylor here. I don't know who. I'll be honest. I don't know who's all opt out and who's in. I just feel like it's going to be a shootout, and LSU really needs a win. You know,
they do.
Brian Kelly needs a win.
They do, but I feel like they're just kind of Brian Kelly's another one of those that's close to losing the locker room down here, man. Losing the locker room and losing
That's
the fan
he
base.
needs a win.
Yeah, they need to win real bad, but that Baylor team's been a pretty good football team. They've gotten healthy now. This line flipped all the way around. It was LSU minus 2.5. It's gone all the way out to Baylor minus 3.5. A minute ago, it was all the way up to minus 4. It went back down to minus 3.5, but it's still above that key number of 3. When they flip it around like that and move it all the way above another key number, there's just some weird stuff going on. I don't even know if Newsmire's supposed to play or what's going on here, but there's definitely clearly some big dogs for LSU that are not going to be playing. And Baylor, I haven't heard really of anybody opting out at Baylor right there. A lot of those guys kind of buying into that program. And they look like a pretty good squad down the second half of the season there. And I'm taking Baylor here simply on the line flip because I don't know what's going on. It feels weird to me, but I'm going to take Baylor in this thing.
Yeah, I'm staying away. I have no idea what's going to happen in this game. Well, let's get to the big game tonight.
Don't y'all. I know all y'all down there. All y'all want to take Boise State tonight. Every one of y'all want to root.
Tell them about this game. Tell them what you think is going to happen in this game. I'm going to grab a cup of coffee.
Grab you a cup of coffee, man. Every one of y'all wants to take Boise State tonight. Don't do that to yourself, man. Don't do that to yourself. Penn State's going to wear this team down. Boise State's had a great season. Y'all know how I feel about Boise State, but they've had a great season nonetheless. That team does not have the depth built to play with one of these big dogs like this for 4 quarters, man. And I'm telling you, they're going to try to feed Ashton Jeanty the whole time. And Penn State's front seven's some nasty dudes. You got a guy like Abdul Carter up there. They're going to create a lot of problems for Boise State's offensive line. And Boise State's offensive line has not seen a defensive line like they're going to see tonight. And I think they're really going to create some problems with that. The quarterback is going to be putting under a lot of pressure. He hasn't seen all year long. He's been very efficient with the football, hadn't turned it over a lot. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that teams have to focus on Ashton Jeanty and can leave some of these shorter combination routes open and things like that. But I don't think they're going to be able to keep that guy protected tonight. I think they're going to wind up pinning their ears back, going after him, blitzing a lot of different packages, throwing a lot of different looks at him. And I also think Ashton Jeanty's not, I mean, he's probably going to get his yards, but it wouldn't blow my mind to see him have his lowest rushing total of the year tonight. It wouldn't blow my mind at all. And so I'm all over Penn State, man. I got Penn State ladder all the way out to 20.5 too. So Penn State says
Ashton Jeanty to not score a touchdown at 10-1.
I mean, the only thing that worries about that, if they're going to score any touchdowns, it's going to be that guy.
I know. I wish that bet was offered. I'd take it though, just to.
It'd be higher than 10-1.
If they gave me like over 10-1 on it, I would take a little sprinkle on it.
I'd say it'd have to be higher than 10-1. Hell, it's damn anytime touchdown over this year was like minus 6,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
the rule is you bet on Penn State unless they're playing Ohio State or Michigan. And if you follow that rule over the last several years, you've made a good chunk of money. But that changes tonight when these Broncos whoop up on those Nittany Lions, all right? They're going to do it, Greg. I don't think Penn State's that good. I don't think Boise State is either, but I think Penn State's not that good. I'm going to be on Boise State tonight.
Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead. That's fine.
Y'all ride with Boise State tonight.
That's fine. Y'all go right ahead. Good luck to you. Have your fun.
I mean, they beat my Cougs after all. That's not easy.
Yeah. Good luck to you. Like I said, that's why they play the games, and that's why they call it gambling and not winning all that stuff. But I've loaded up on Penn State at this point.
Username one time says, "Am I still banned? Banned from what? You're never banned, buddy. You're here. Look at you. Got a gifted Memby. You're a member now. You're gonna look at that." Pedro says, "Boise State have a defense to stop the run." Nope. It's all right.
And there's 2 pretty good tailbacks up there from Happy Valley too. So those guys pretty good. Those guys pretty good in their own right. I know everybody wants to talk about Ashton Jeanty and everything, but Nicholas Singleton and Katron Allen, 2 pretty good running backs themselves.
Sharp money on Penn State here. But 55% of the bets, 55% of the money, taking the 11.5 with Boise State. I don't think that's bad call either. I don't know if Penn State gets the margin. They might. I think it's gonna be an ugly game of just like running the football.
You might look at betting the under. 54 is a high number there. And both these teams do kind of like to establish the run in the line of scrimmage, so it could shorten the clock up.
Yeah, and Boise State does not have a quarterback that's going to just air you out and take you down that way.
They don't like to make him throw downfield too much.
No.
It's a lot of short, intermediate routes.
We'll see. I think it's gonna be a fun game. We haven't had a real competitive game yet in
don't-
these ones, so
I don't think this is gonna be it.
yeah, we'll see. But okay, we're gonna stop there because we'll preview tomorrow's games tomorrow because we got a couple things we got to get to before we wrap up the show today.
I do have a couple college basketball plays I'm on real quick before we move into all this stuff. Let me give you those. I do like the under in NC State, Virginia, 121.5. And there was the other one. I'm watching it move though. I gotta wait and see how I feel about it in a little while. So in hockey, I like the Stars puck line, and I like the
are the Stars home?
They are at home. They're playing the
I love
Sabres
the
too. Sabres been on a tear, man. Sabres play really, really good hockey. And I feel like this is a game where Dallas is going to get hyped up for this one. They see they coming in so hot. What is the total? Let's see what it is now. It's a 6.
Over.
I could see that. I don't like betting those overs on the 6 though, because it could be a 4-2 Stars win. But now you should know Buffalo been playing pretty well, man. But I do like the Stars tonight -1. I feel like they'll get hyped for this game at home right here. I got them -1.5 plus 120, and then I also like Vegas Golden Knights -1.5 at plus 110 there. And the other, like I said, the under 121.5 in the NC State Virginia game, and I like the under. I already bet it because I think it's going to go down just a little bit, but I like the under in the Tennessee Norfolk State game under 140. Tennessee in these games usually winds up like the spread's like 30.5 or something. Usually Tennessee winds up suffocating teams like this. MTSU, they also had a pretty bad game a couple of games ago when MTSU came out and shot the lights out. They still wound up winning by double digits, but that's what made the over squeak over. I think they'll be much more polished up on the defensive end tonight against Norfolk State. So I like the under 140 in Tennessee, Norfolk State too.
Pissant says, "Don't do it, Craig. Fuck them Stars."
You don't have to do it again, man. You got to learn that when a team beats you, man, you got to go back to the well. You got to be willing to go back and get that money they left laying out.
All right. Before we get into the next thing, I got to tell you about our favorite platform, and that is Rumble. Oh gosh, of course this thing tells me that. This sponsorship is from Rumble, one of those incredibly important to the survival of the company. When Rumble first started in 2013, they built this platform for the small creator. That's us. They didn't censor or have biases. They were fair and treated all creators equally. No one thought platforms would censor political conversations or censor opinions on COVID, but they did. Facebook admitted they fell to the pressure from the Biden and Harris administration. Rumble did not. They held the line. They're attacked daily for giving us a voice to talk to you. They are attacked in corporate media. They are attacked by governments like France. They're attacked from brand advertisers who refuse to work with them. Corporate America is fighting to remove speech. Rumble's fighting to keep it. Rumble won't survive with brand advertisers. They don't get much of it. Watching our show on Rumble is the most they can ask from you. But if you really believe in the fight and if you have the means, one major way you can help Rumble survive is by joining Rumble Premium. Join the community that believes in the First Amendment and believes in our human right to free speech. Rumble's offering $10 off with the promo code STUDIO, STUDIO, when you purchase an annual subscription. Go to rumble.com/premium and use the promo code STUDIO. Think about that. If you do it today, you're going to have, and you do the annual, you're not only going to get $10 off, you're going to have Rumble Premium for all of 2025. That's a pretty good deal. Then you'll know when it ends and whatnot. You get to try it out for the whole year, and you're going to love it, and you're going to be a subscriber for life. Like I said, if you have the means and believe in the cause, now is the time to join Rumble Premium. If you don't have the means, we're just happy that you watch us here on Rumble. And listen, we're going to help you get there. All right. We're going to help you get there. We got some great things coming up for you. So, if you can, go join Rumble Premium. But look at this. We are 13 followers away from hitting 7K. Go over there, give us a follow, join Rumble Premium, do all that. We appreciate you guys. Smash the like button, subscribe, share the things out there. Let Rumble know that you're enjoying this show. And I mean, we're one of the fastest growing shows here. I mean, we over quadrupled our numbers for the 2024. So it's only the beginning. So help us continue that and help Rumble keep growing as well. Rumble grew a lot in 2024 as well. So Rumble Premium, if you can, make sure to take advantage of that promo code STUDIO so you get $10 off your annual subscription to Rumble Premium.
Booyah.
Booyah. Booyah. Always gotta be careful what I can and can't say during an ad read,
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Hold on. Before we jump into all this, are we gonna talk about that crazy Gonzaga plane thing a little bit?
We are. I don't know if we're going to get to that today, but we are at some point. We have the Gonzaga playing thing. We also have Nick Wright with the worst take in not just sports history, but in the histories in general. Did you hear what he said?
No.
Let me tease it for you. Well, we're going to talk about this. It might not be today. It might have to be tomorrow. He said that the Patriots should raid Drake May, get another first-round pick from someone like a top pick, and then draft Shadur Sanders #1 overall, and then use the other top pick to get Travis Hunter or something else.
Don't do
Worst take I've ever heard.
Don't trade Drake May.
Yeah, what are you doing, dude?
Yep. Don't trade Drake May. You've already got your quarterback of the future. Why take a chance on another one?
They tell us that, they say that we're clickbait. First of all, we're the most professional, on-time, non-clickbait sports show on the internet, so that's just lies. But second, that is a clickbait thing because he knew that was going to go viral because it's so retarded.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't agree with that either. Don't trade Drake May.
He should not be allowed to be on the air for the rest of the year. That's how bad it is.
There's a few of those guys should never be allowed on the air again.
Patriot wants Baltimore, Philly, Chargers, Detroit, and Tampa Bay for the contest. Okay. I'm gonna take a picture of that. Hold on, Patriot. Hold on, because we got some stuff to get to. I got it. I'll add that in today. Real quick, I want to run through some things, and then I want to play guess the lines real quickly, and I also want to talk about our favorite sports moments. So that's what we got to finish the show. But real quick, Zach Ertz, Beardo's favorite tight end to bet
ever.
I didn't realize this yesterday or when we were doing the show yesterday. Ertz made $250K for that last touchdown catch. Not only did he have 2 touchdowns, and he won it for them and whatnot in overtime. Ertz made $250K for that catch, another $250K for going over 600 receiving yards, and another $250K for catching 60+ passes this season. All of which he accomplished in Sunday night. Things I wish I would have known before the game started, that he was that close to $750,000.
The Buccaneers ought to give him an extra $250K too.
Why is that?
Because beating the Falcons, they ought to throw him a little change too, man.
Yeah. For the first time in NFL history, 4 rookies, which is Malik Neighbors, Brock Bowers, Brian Thompson Jr., and Ladd McConkey, all surpassed 1,000 receiving yards.
For the first time?
Yeah, that you had 4 rookies do it in the same season.
Dude, game's changing, man.
It is changing. This is insane. The 4 leading wide receivers in the NFL were all born in Louisiana within 120 miles of each other. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson,
crazy, bro.
Brian Thompson Jr.
They don't do anything but grow wide receivers on the bayou.
That's
madness.
Right.
That's insane, dude. The fact that all these guys live within 100
all around the same age too.
That's insane, bro. That really is one of the crazier stats.
Well, I guess only one would be Brian Thompson Jr. is the younger one, but the other 3 are pretty much around the same age.
That's crazy. They're just growing them out of the ground down there.
What was in the water 20 years ago?
That's what I'm saying. There's something in that bayou water, swamp people.
Mike Vrabel's consulting agreement with the Cleveland Browns expired yesterday, so he can officially interview for a head coaching spot. Rumors have it Diana Rossini was reporting that the Patriots, even though they said they're going to stick with Gerard Mayo, that management there is considering interviewing Mike Vrabel, and that's one guy that they would move off of Mayo for, which I'm like, please just do it. Please. People thought that Vrabel was going to go to the Bears. It doesn't look like that. Rumors are Tom Brady is recruiting Vrabel to come coach the Raiders next year. So
I think that. We ain't even fired. We know that guy's getting fired down in Las Vegas, but I think anybody that takes Vrabel is doing good. I think that's a smart pickup, dude. That's an NFL coach, another guy. It feels like kind of a similar type. They're not quite as emotional, and you see on his face Dan Campbell, but similar mentalities, man, when it comes to play to win the game and all that stuff. These are hard-nosed dudes right here. I think Mike Vrabel, I never thought the Titans should have fired him.
No, I don't think they should have either. I think it was
cool.
Good for him to take a year off, and then he went to Cleveland and was like, "Yeah, this is
see." And now he'll feel like he's got a new lease on life because he's been through that shit up there in Cleveland, and he's like, every other franchise in the NFL is better than this one besides Carolina.
I bet if the Bengals had fired Zach Taylor, which they should have at one point in this year, I feel like Vrabel would have been like, I want that job because I get to play against this shitty organization, this Brown
Right.
shitty organization
Who
2
wins
times a year.
every year?
Yeah.
Got this.
And I get Joe Burrow as my quarterback.
Yeah, give me Joe.
Name one quarterback that Vrabel ever had at Tennessee that was even close to Joe Burrow. I'll wait.
Dude, I'm telling you, Joey Buckets is something, bro. That dude is something.
So this is crazy. Think of some of these matchups we're gonna have. We're more than likely gonna have Green Bay versus Philly, first round of the playoffs. That's gonna be fun. And then Washington versus the Rams, and then the Bucks versus either the Vikings or the Lions. How crazy is that?
I
That's a good first round.
That is a good first round. We love that. I think the Lions are beating the Vikings this week.
Yeah, I know. This was before yesterday.
I understand. But I just say,
okay. Vikings, Bucks, that'll be fun. Commanders, Rams, that'll be fun. Kind of McVay versus you got Dan Quinn and his staff, and
boy, we'll probably be betting the. I don't know. You got to be careful.
Bet the over in that game. We were betting the over.
I was thinking that, but you got to be careful these damn Rams games. You got a game they don't even score a touchdown.
Oh man, they're gonna let it rip. And then Packers, Eagles, a rematch of the first game of the season down in Brazil. Remember that?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That feels like a lifetime ago.
I know, right? That would be a good game.
That would be. That was a good game the first time.
Now they're actually playing a real field.
Or something. A lot of points in that one too. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember how shitty that field was?
No, it was awful, dude. That's what I mean. Yeah, you get that. Yeah.
Baker Mayfield's touchdowns total of 42 has only been matched by 13 other QBs in NFL history. That's pretty crazy.
Love Baker, bro. And
MVP. Let me cash my ticket.
Don't ever let him. I hope Baker retires for the Bucks.
And then we got to get into this freaking crazy. Look at Gonzaga's.
It's really crazy. It's really crazy, but it doesn't look near as close as they made it sound. I understand.
Yeah, I know. They're
like harrowing footage of Gonzaga men's team basketball almost in brutal. And I'm like, I bet they were. Hell, it looks like they were a half mile from each other.
Yeah. God, what a Twitter handle. Wazoo Rogers. I love it. Jimmy Rogers. This is how you do it as a class act, how you leave an organization. That's what I'm going to say.
I think
19 years of my life was spent on this campus and in the community. I'm so grateful for the memories and the moments. God, it's just a class act. Class act guy. We're getting a good dude here.
I agree, dude. I think you've done well here.
And this is right. People are like, oh, you got mad when your coach left for another team. Now you're happy when another coach leaves his. He's taking a step up. Our coach moved to the fat girl. Like we were at a fat girl strip bar, and he went from one fatty to another. All right.
Your coach that left, the one that left, don't even know his name. Don't matter. We don't even know his name anymore. He's a demon deacon, and I think that was foolish, leaving that spot right there. I mean, going to the ACC, it's like I don't feel like he stepped up at all, man. If anything, I mean, a lateral step over. But like you said, this guy right here coming from a solid program that he's, put a lot of time and put his life into. Really, you've been 19 years somewhere, man. That's a lot of your life right there. So, I like seeing these guys do well, and I think probably the university probably wishes him well and all that. He may bring some of these guys with him up to Washington State, but you're going to keep some of those players that were thinking about dipping because you've got a good team guy right here. And like I said, another guy that can still get you to the NFL.
Yeah. I think that's about it. Oh, there's a scandal here. Florida State head basketball coach is being sued for promising NIL. That'll be a topic we have to talk about one day.
Who is this?
Florida State basketball coach. He promised guys a bunch of money and never delivered for NIL payments.
This is an ongoing thing, man. This has happened. Yeah. This happened everywhere. There's a lot of kids getting promised money and then showing up. You had that story from UNLV earlier in the year. The quarterback just quit 3 games in when they were undefeated and all this stuff. You're getting a lot of kids promised money that these schools don't have to give to them.
Yeah.
There's got to be some kind of parameters put in, some kind of rules, some kind of punishment for these coaches, like not just a financial burden from the legal system or something like that. Like there's got to be some kind of NCAA sanction or something where these guys get a show clause penalty or something for offering this. There's got to be consequences.
There does, but I like everything. It's a Wild Wild West, and usually what happens is things like this pop up, and then it's like, oh, we need regulation, and then what we get is like now we're gonna have terrible rules and restrictions that just ruin it. Like
I feel like too, if you get duped like this as a player at this point, it's your own damn fault. You ought to have something signed on a dotted line or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want the NCAA of all people coming in and making rules. All right.
No, we don't want that. We don't want this.
No,
coming
I
in.
want. This is what you got to do. Is if you're a kid and you're going to go hire a lawyer. Hire a lawyer, and if you're making an NIL deal, you make sure that contract is solid and that you get your money.
A lawyer, agent, same thing. I mean, you got to go to law school to be a sports agent anyway. But it's like you definitely have to hire somebody that's older than you, more informed on this stuff, got more experience in it, so you don't get your eyes screwed out, man. But I'm sorry, I'm not moving my family or whatever, moving myself across the damn country on a promise of some money that's not signed on a dotted line and I can use a legal contract in court.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Crick, let's play real quick. I got a couple games we'll do guess lines and then we'll do our favorite moments of 2024 to wrap up the show.
Okay.
What do you think the line this Saturday, Cleveland Browns at Baltimore? What do you think that line is?
Baltimore minus 8.5.
Ooh, close. Baltimore minus 17.5.
Yes. Baltimore has to play too, don't they?
Yeah, they have to win to secure the division. If they lose and the Steelers win the division.
Okay. Yeah, love it. 17 and
a half, Crick?
DTR playing QB. I bet the Ravens.
Oh my God. I don't want to lay 17.5 with the Ravens, dude. I really
bet
don't.
the Ravens. They're going to win 45-3.
17.5. Crick. I
what have we told you, Will? What have we told you when it's that high?
I know.
Patriot, tell him they're that big of a favorite for a reason, man.
I know. It's just crazy, dude. It's in division.
You think you go put DTR against Lamar in that makeshift?
I know, but it's it's gross. Bengals Steelers.
Where's it at?
In Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh minus 1.5.
Cincy minus 1.5.
Okay.
Saints at Bucks.
Bucks minus 9.5.
Bucks minus 13. Bills at Patriots, and Josh Allen is going to start but not play the full game because he wants to keep his consecutive game streak going.
Bills minus 4.5.
Bills minus 3. Bears at Packers.
Packers minus 7.5.
Packers minus 9.5. Jags at Colts.
Ooh, Colts minus 4.5.
Colts minus 5. Nice one. Panthers at Falcons. Now, Falcons need to win.
Falcons minus 3.5.
Falcons minus 9.
Ooh.
Commanders at Cowboys. Commanders need to win to secure the 6. If they lose, and I think if they lose and the Packers win, Packers will be the 6, and Commanders will be the...
No CeeDee Lamb. Commanders minus 7.5.
Commanders minus 4. Ooh. Texans at Titans. Game that means nothing to anyone.
It means nothing.
The Texans are the 4 seed. They're locked in. They won the division. Nailed it.
I was going to say, you got to just flip a coin on that one.
I feel like if you're Houston, you play your guys. You just play them because
you ain't been playing that damn well. You need all the practice you can get.
Exactly. Giants at Eagles. Eagles are locked into the 2 seed. They can't.
They can't. Okay, then probably Eagles minus 6.
Eagles minus 2.5.
Okay.
That's gross.
That is gross.
Saquon. I don't think
I don't think he's gonna break it. I don't think he's even gonna
they pulled him last game, dude. They pulled him last game.
That's why I was watching Shefty yesterday talking on Pat McAfee's show and stuff, and the way they were talking about that, I was like, you're right, dude. Because he could have got closer to it last week.
He could have got 20 or 30 more yards in the last game, and
they pulled him out as soon as he got over 2,000. I think that man's probably gonna see I don't know if he'll see a carry.
Yeah. Dolphins at Jets. Dolphins need to win.
Dolphins need to win. Jets minus 1.5.
Dolphins minus 1. Okay. Chiefs at Broncos.
Chiefs don't have anything to play for, right?
Nope.
Broncos minus 4.5.
Broncos minus 10.
Whoa.
That's a lot. Chargers at Raiders.
Chargers minus 7.5.
Chargers minus 5.5. Seahawks at Rams for a game that means nothing.
Oh, pick them.
Seahawks minus 3.
Yeah.
And then Vikings Lions for all the marbles.
Ooh, where's that one at?
What up, Salisbury? It's in Detroit.
Detroit minus 2.5.
Nailed it. Yeah, some interesting lines though, right? It's like
Very interesting line. Like I said, this dude, be real careful this weekend, y'all, messing with this bullshit, because a lot of it, you might as well just flip a damn coin. Find you something. Don't go invest in a lot of units on these games. At least the game. Don't invest a lot of units on the games that don't mean nothing, man. I'm probably going to pile on Detroit minus 2.5, but don't go investing a bunch of money in the games. Don't mean shit. You don't know what's going to happen.
What do you think the total in that game is?
In Detroit, and probably 54.5.
58. I don't think I've ever
50,
seen.
that's the highest total. That's the highest total of the year. 54.5 was the highest.
Might be the highest total in NFL history that you don't see.
It's up there.
I think 55 is the most I've seen.
There was that one game a few years ago that had one that was in the high 50s. That like Rams, what was it, Rams Chiefs or something like that? Yeah,
but it wasn't like, I mean, it was high, but it wasn't like, I mean, both teams ended up scoring 50 in that one.
I heard they scored 1 million, but yeah, no, this one you probably take the over.
Favorite moments in sports from 2024. What you got?
Man, my favorite moment in sports from 2024 was this right here, man. My baseballs winning the national championship, man. Love that first national championship in school history for baseball. Building a good program up there. Love Tony Vitello. Yeah, it's a good little run, man. It's fun to watch the balls here get through this thing. We've been close for the last couple of years, but finally got over that hump, man, and got the natty. So that's probably my top moment 2024 as far as a sports moment goes.
Beautiful. I was trying to narrow down some of mine, and I got a couple silly ones, but like that relate to the show. But like honestly, this is probably my favorite moment of 2024.
Any triple in the series? Yes. I almost would have bet no triple plus 125.
That's a good. I would bet that.
I got to leave these in the little list over here so I can remember to bet these.
That's a good bet.
I am going to bet that for sure, 100%.
Because how often does a triple happen? And two, most of the time, it's just someone taking a base on a throw.
This is my favorite bet in the entire World Series.
I do like that.
No triples in the World Series plus 125. That's my favorite bet in the entire World Series.
A few moments later.
Think about 3 as Verdugo can't play it cleanly. Freeman's into third. A base hit turns into 3.
Yeah!
Who's retarded now?
Yeah!
Did that go the way you thought it was going to go? Nope.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't never.
That was a good moment.
I'm going to bet no triple World Series next year, too. 100%.
You got to do it every year now.
Every single year. I'll ride this like the Trey McBride tutty, the CJ Stroud interception. I promise you I'll be betting no triple in the World Series for every World Series for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Yep. So, what's your next one?
Man, I'll be honest with you. It's all kind of running together with me here. Help freshen me up, man. Help start telling me some things, and my mind's going to expand here a little bit. Tell me what your next one is, man.
My next one, this one was close to that one, but it was the Kansas City Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. Because
you enjoyed that?
Yeah, I did.
Your pocket enjoyed that.
Well, my pocket enjoyed it too, but also Taylor Swift won a Super Bowl, and that created the poster and the memes and all that fun stuff, and it was a big part of the show. So shout out to the Chiefs. Thank you for solidifying the deal, getting Taylor Swift her Super Bowl ring, and a lot of content was created on the show off of that, Craig.
Isn't that awful? I'm going to have to give Taylor Swift the credit for us taking off and becoming what we are. Like, it's going to be when it all turned around right there. That's going to suck. No, it ain't either.
You got us Crick dressing up as Taylor Swift for Halloween.
Absolutely, we did, man. We did make that happen, bro. My favorite moment of 2025 will be when the Chiefs get eliminated from the playoffs.
Well,
soon enough, man.
Few weeks away.
One of my favorite things of 2024 was the fact that the WNBA had their best season ever. They still lost $40 million.
42. All right.
42. Oh, excuse me. Let's get the numbers right. But yeah, that's the best season that sport could ever have, and they still lost $42 million.
God, that was a good one, man. That was, and then the media trying to hype up Angel. They have a star in Caitlin Clark, and they just all turn on her, and they try to hype up Angel Reese, and then we just watched one today, but all the Angel Reese memes. God, that was good times.
My absolute favorite thing of 2024 has nothing to do with sports, but it's the fact that it's Trump's America again.
Yeah, the election. Let's go.
That's the biggest thing for 2024. We do love that.
Yeah, that will be another one of my favorites from 2024 was Pudge creating the repeal the 19th poster. That was great.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, shout out, bro. Shout out.
Man.
We love that. All the people that come in here, man. We gotta say a little shout out to them, all the different folks that have come in. We've had some highlight guys come in. We got our guys E and producer Chris, and obviously Steps is always here with us, but Beardo and AJ and all the different folks that come in here. Help me out. Don't let me forget nobody, man. But all the
Robert Barnes helping Robert Barnes.
Uncle Bob coming in, man. Everybody that comes in helps make this show and do all the different things that we do. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. And chat, we love y'all too, man. We couldn't do this show without y'all. Y'all are what comes in here and helps us give the different ideas. We have a silly goose time. We even find some winners laying in the weeds. But we appreciate each and every one of y'all, man.
One of my other favorites of 2024 was Hyro breaking the glass. That was fun. And just highlight in general, but Hyro breaking the glass. That was pretty exciting.
100%, dude. And like you said, highlight in general. I had no idea. I couldn't spell highlight 6 months ago, man. And now we're getting geared up for our second season with the World Highlight League.
Cestas.
Dude, we've got our own cestas. Now our kids got cestas. We got all kinds of stuff going on. Highlight. We're looking for big things out of that in 2025. They're really coming up, man. But it's been a lot of fun getting to know that and to meet some of those guys and learn their backgrounds, how they got into all this. And shout out to Julie and Scott down there, World Highlight League. They take good care of us, man. We appreciate all those folks down there too. That's been a lot of fun. You're right.
Yeah. And then, yeah, like you said, just the chat, the way things that have grown, seeing everyone in here in the chat every single day and the community growing. We got great, getting tagged and everything on Twitter. B. McCormick's rants on Twitter and our group chats are fun. Everyone's showing up in the mornings, just the memes of, us not starting on time, all that fun stuff, dude. It's just how the show has grown in general. Has made getting up and doing these shows every morning worth it. And we've got great big things coming up in 2025, but I'm excited to see where they grow. But I couldn't have imagined all the stuff that happened in 2024. It exceeded my expectations. So
yeah,
I'm happy about that.
And you try to remember we lost a lot of legends throughout the year, man. Some of the people that passed, Pete Rose passed away, and everyone, I can't go through all the different names of all the folks that did, but try to remember some of those legends that all their lives well lived for those folks and things like that, man. But yeah, big things ahead in 2025, bro. I feel like we're going to take this thing to the next level.
Yep. And then, like you said, yes, of course, the election was great. And the fact that we, even though it was a hot political year, I feel like, sports was a great outlet for that. Like, sports didn't really get tainted by the political stuff, which was nice to not see so many political things from these sports leagues and whatnot. They kind of just they learned. I feel like they kind of knew what was going to happen, and they're like, "Oh, we don't want to be on the wrong side of this. Let's just stay out of politics." So that was nice to see.
And even just shout out to all the folks that come in here giving us shit, man, calling us bums and all those different things. All the people that keep us motivated to keep going. We love seeing you come in here, drop your comments, hang out with us. You don't have to agree with everything we say, man, but like I said, we like to try to prove those people wrong too.
Sales Free says it's been good times on Game On for sure. Just I ended up working out of town since April. I'm missing most of this year. Yeah, buddy. But hey, you're back now, and you know where you can find us every morning live. And if not, you can always catch up on the show. But we appreciate you being here, bud. It's good to see you. Glad you're back. But hey, nothing wrong. At least you got work, man. At least you got work.
Hey, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
So. Yep, that's right, Patriot. Patriot says hit the like button, follow, and keeps USA free. I know Patriot's favorite moment of this year. Do you?
Wait,
no, actually,
last year. You talking about Texas Rangers? Yeah, that's where I started to go Texas Rangers. I was like, that's 2 years ago. What was it? What do you think?
It was last year. I don't know why I thought it was this year, but it was last playoffs. His Cowboys knocking out Tom Brady, ending his career. It was so good that
that was 3 years ago, bro.
No, it wasn't. It was 2 Januaries ago.
2 Januaries ago?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
God, it all runs together.
Because remember this last year, I was like, he's coming back for the playoffs. He's doing this, and then I after the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, I'm like, I have to conclude he went a whole season without playing football. Damn.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. I thought you were talking about playoffs last year. I was like, playoffs last year was not good for Cowboys fans. But they did get us 2 years. You're right, man. Ended Tom's career. That's that's definitely old. That's probably just one of his favorite life moments.
Yeah.
So,
it was this year. Was the Green Bay Packers came in and ended the Cowboys season?
Yeah.
In the playoffs.
This year, everybody ended the Cowboys season.
Yeah. I think Patriots' least favorite part of the year was Jerry Jones signing Dak an hour before the season started.
Yeah,
that really kicked off the season.
That worked out well, didn't it? That aged like milk. So.
Oh man, yeah, so many good memories. But like you said, shout out to the chat. We wouldn't be doing this without you guys supporting us. Shout out to Rumble for all they've done for us this year. We're gonna be close to 13 million views on Rumble for the year. That's crazy. So shout out to you guys for showing up, liking the videos, hopping in the chat, saying hello. It lets Rumble know that people like this show, and that's one of the things I think why not only our consistency of doing this every single day, but I think that's one reason why we get put up on the featured spot so often is they see that people are enjoying this and they want others to see it and whatnot. So shout out to them. Was it this year that I think it was this year that Barstool signed with Rumble. So that was another good moment.
That was another
good moment. Brought a lot of sports fans over to Rumble. So that was another good thing. But it's all about the chat. So shout out to you, chat.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Like I said, we can't thank y'all enough coming in here every morning, hanging out with us, stuff, even not just in the mornings, man, on the afternoon shows, the different streams we do and all that stuff. Like you said, tagging us on the Twitters and giving us contents and things like that. So chat's the real MVP in here. I know we say that a lot. Y'all think it's kind of a joke and stuff, but we really do appreciate y'all more than you could ever know, man.
Absolutely. Well, that being said, first of all, we got to say no homo after all that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, we can quit being gay, and we will wrap it up for the year, Crick.
I guess so, man.
One last time this year, Crick. We'll be back for the new year live. We'll be at 5 a.m. tomorrow, okay, because day off, obviously. 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, but for one last time for 2024.
Good luck, good gambling,
and game on.